Hey Jonas.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm just out. This is not a virtual background. It's actually real,
Oh, you're
real
out,
life.
out in the real world. Oh
Indeed.
God. Yeah.
Just
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
looking at the leaves. So,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm working a lot and stuff, but
Mm,
I'm really, keeping clean and feeding
yeah,
myself. So
that's good.
that's good.
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, yeah.
You cooked anything nice lately, or?
I just eat fake schnitzels with potato, with tomato and tofu.
Oh, that sounds epic.
It's quite good, and then I have different variations. Sometimes I have falafel, sometimes I have
Mm,
all these different things. But it's like laziness, It's like
yeah, of course.
how can I eat healthy and be lazy at the same time?
Mm, yeah, I like that.
How I do it. It's like
Yeah.
yeah. Because for me, food has always just been oh, I need to eat. Oh, okay, let's find something, eat it.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How about you? What have you been eating?
Um, I baked pizza the other day for the first time in many years. So it
Oh,
felt like a big culinary step for me.
that's good.
Yeah, I don't know. It was nice to get to finally start like baking. I feel that after I don't know how many months of lockdown, like I'm finally jumping on the pastry bandwagon. And I feel that
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
new
Yeah.
contribution to my life and well-being at least. So it was good. It was pretty nice.
Well, I
And
think that's what everyone did, when the first lockdown
mm,
happened, is they just
yeah, I did.
started baking. I
Mm,
started cycling, but everyone
mm.
started. Yeah, yeah.
And I think also like the joy of making pizza is that you can really take a lot of time making a nice tomato sauce where you just start boiling it in the morning and then and then it gets better and better throughout the day. And then
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. There's some benefits to having some extra time and also having your office in your kitchen. So it's
What's this
slow
mean?
cooking.
Your office is in your kitchen, but you're not a chef. What
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah. No, no. Or maybe my kitchen is in my office. I don't know. The boundaries are a bit blurred because I moved into a new apartment with my partner during the middle of lockdown. So the only way that we understand this new house of ours is through this lens of like living in it as our office and as our kind of confinement space, and also somehow as our home. So it's a bit yeah, I don't know. It's a strange way to get to learn a new home, I think, but it's been nice. So.
it's yeah. I
Mm.
mean, I mean, I think that's the main, one of the main things that yeah, is that we've adapted our surroundings. I mean, I'm a cleaner, so I
Mm.
always make the joke that I've started doing video call cleans, but that wouldn't really
Oh,
work.
nice.
But yeah, 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 and it's very yeah, it's interesting how it's
Mm.
affecting those things. Has it affected has it affected your work practice?
Um, yeah, it's definitely been it's confronted me with something which probably I can imagine a lot of people have felt in the same way that you really you really have to kind of evaluate what sort of space you need to do the work that you do, right? And I know that, for example, some people they're like artists, especially. They say that like I can literally just like live in a cottage out in the middle of nowhere and produce and continue to produce work. And I realized maybe for me that like my work is a lot about documentation or to kind of be close to like human activity and stuff. And I think that especially in the beginning, when I felt this that I didn't actually have the same kind of space that I had taken for granted before, that it was a bit strange, but I guess you also kind of learn to find that space in different ways, right? So and
Yeah,
yeah, just not being able to be close to people, like that, it really changed more than I thought. So that was interesting.
yeah, and because your work is very much surrounded by almost human activity, like
Hmm.
tracking human activity, traces of human beings, um, And and so I think that's interesting. I mean, I suppose at least you can work remotely with
Mm.
say more design focused jobs, which is also
Yeah, for sure.
so in that sense, I feel like that market hasn't been too heavily affected, or maybe
Mm.
has. I don't know,
No,
but
no, 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 definitely. No, it's true. I mean, I should mention that. Yeah, like I also do uh, money work, working with like digital as a digital designer and kind of digital artist. So of course, like there's a big market for just like people who needs uh, things programmed or things designed for a screen and stuff like that. So of course um, that's also been a big change in the positive way. But I also feel that mm, you kind of start to reflect more on what it means to like inhabit a digital space, like also as just someone who has to rely on video calls for keeping up with friends and stuff. Like all of a sudden we're all like the social space becomes primarily digital, right? And I think that's definitely been something that I've been reflecting on a lot as well. And I've actually started a course to learn how to make video games, so that's a new goal for me to, which is probably inspired a bit by this new kind of digital I don't know, just life. I don't know.
so you're
So
starting video games.
well, I'm doing a course, an online course to try to learn how to make it, but I don't know yet exactly what it's going to be. But first I have to understand how to make one. So,
Wow,
but
that's cool.
I guess it's always been a secret dream of mine. So.
I think that world
Yeah,
is
no, I'm
infinite. In that
yeah,
world you can just go on it forever. It never
mm,
really stops. It's like film directing or
yeah,
making
true.
cinema. It's kind of like there's infinite skills to be learned there, and yeah, it's
Mm,
also fascinating how video games are made. Um, I remember watching the developers of Simpsons Hit and Run, that show.
mm,
That
wow,
it was a very
yeah.
old game, and then they showed like you're looking at the house, but behind the house there's like they have to hide the random Bart Simpson or something.
Mm. Yeah, that's very. Where did you see this? I guess there's a lot of like trickery and illusion to making a video game in the same way as as you mentioned, like making a directing a movie or something. That it's really just I don't know, about tricking the audience into believing something, right? So,
Yeah, well,
and
even the nature of acting is
mm,
there to create an illusion that someone is someone, or someone is acting in a certain way.
mm,
And like photography or confinements of space.
mm,
Um, Everything else around your head is a complete. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's happening around you, and
mm.
so it's that's something that's also quite interesting. The framework. Um, Around it. So that's cool. I'm curious to see how that evolves over the time.
Yeah,
How the
yeah.
video games. It takes a long time, but it's definitely very rewarding, I think.
I can, yeah. Well, I hope so. Already spent a lot of time, and I still feel I'm still struggling. So I don't know. It's good to find some challenges, I guess. But,
Mhm. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
And,
And what was do you have anything coming? Are you working on anything right now? Like
um, any
a project or anything that is particularly
yeah.
at the moment?
Let me just try to. Well, I'm at the moment I'm working a lot on just um, experimenting with new like um, video processing
Mm-hmm.
methods, and that's yeah. So I work with like code and video processing, and then that's also based on like real life footage and stuff, but I just have to record well, it's often footage of people who are just doing stuff
Mm-hmm.
but I just have to record it from further apart now, but But that's it's at the moment it's just like a series of experiments, and then I don't really know exactly what it's gonna turn into. But I find at least that like just spending so much time like working on code and stuff, like it kind of allows me, I guess, to switch gears a little bit, and then as a result of that, I've just found new ways of working with video and stuff. So I enjoy that, but I don't know exactly what it's gonna become yet. So, but I'm putting stuff on my Instagram regularly, so that's the only output for this experiment at the moment. So.
It would be interesting to have almost like a green screen filter face where you can any background.
Exactly. And just kind of like with some movement and stuff, so it really looks like you're just filming yourself with a phone, and then you really just
or like
that's
skydiving or something. That'd be quite funny.
Yeah, right.
And then like your face going like that, like I mean, I've seen loads of these Facebook and these Instagram filter things. I've never been very good at them. I don't really know, but I think they're kind of it's interesting, a new modern way of expressing something, which I think is pretty amazing. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
I appreciate technology.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's good to have it, and
it's good to have it.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, we complain about it a lot, but I feel like at least we have it. I feel like it would be harder if we didn't,
Yeah, true.
But then I also think if we didn't have technology, we would still find a way to do the things we wanted to do.
Yeah.
I mean, like back in, I don't know, in the 18th century, they still had like theater plays and stuff like that. So,
and in the future, they'll have something called schmechnology, and we're not going to have that. But we somehow find a way to make do without it today. So.
Exactly. Maybe we can just be like, instead of the meeting, you just have a hologram, and it has like an analogy of all the things that you say, and then just like split your personality off into different things. And you say, I'm not feeling very well, I'll send my hologram, and then the hologram stuff everything you would normally do. And
have you thought about how like hologram and holiday sounds very similar? You could say like happy holograms.
Well, I have like I have a disassociation with my surroundings sometimes. Like I don't know how to with my surroundings. So
maybe you are a hologram actually in those moments.
Well, it's hard to kind of acknowledge like how like actually life is actually happening in front of you, but you don't really know like if it's real or not. Because you're so in it with the brain. And whenever I was on holiday, I was looking at this like beach or something, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if this is a dream or if it's like for real. But I think there's definitely a disconnection to the reality. So you could definitely trick the brain and going on holiday via virtual reality, which maybe it's happening anyway,
Yeah. How do we know we're not in a simulation?
Exactly. All questions lead to, are we in the Matrix?
Yeah, sure. And that's the purpose of this conversation series, where we go from how we're doing to are we in a simulation?
Exactly. Yeah. All ideas, So yeah. Maybe something there. But that's cool. Yeah.
Cool. Hey, it was good to see you, to talk with you.
It was good to talk to you, and keep us updated generally. I'll let you go.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, have a good day, and thanks for.
Hey, you too.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, likewise. Huh?
Okay.
Ciao.
Cheers.
Ciao.
Cheers.
That's it.